it's Jesus Medina. I'm the creator of KO Method, and I'm the owner of Seabreeze Fitness in Costa Mesa, California. Usually we do some pretty crazy stuff in here when it comes to training. All right, with we have a holistic approach to fitness and to self-defense. But today we're gonna do something completely different. All right, notice how I said we have a holistic approach to fitness and self-defense. So this still has to do with what we do here in Seabreeze Fitness, for KO Method. We train everything, not only our bodies, but also our minds and also our spirit, all right, especially the warrior spirit. All right, one great way to do that is to find any type of therapeutic, hobby or whatever, you just have to find something that is therapeutic, meaning something that, I don't know, makes you use your creativity or whatnot. So today, since we're near Christmas, all right, I'm going to show you guys how I like to use some of my creativity, something that is therapeutic to me, helps me train my mind as well. Because the more you exercise your mind, doing anything that requires any type of creativity, you're exercising your mind, believe it or not. Reflexes, all kinds of stuff, just by doing arts and crafts, playing an instrument, whatever the case may be, playing with your kids, with a puppy, whatever the case may be. There's many different ways to use your creativity to train your mind as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to wrap a present for that special someone. All right, I don't recommend you do it for everyone because it takes quite a bit of time to do it the way I'm going to show you guys. And you guys are going to be able to put this nifty little pattern. So see? You can see those nice little cool little patterns right there. Alright, so it shows that you took time and effort and you paid attention to detail to show that you care about that person, alright? So you'll be pretty surprised the way it's gonna look, and coming from a guy like me, you're gonna be like, what the hell, he knows how to rap like that, Alright, anyhow, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, okay? So here's the present I'm gonna use. Here's one of them. It's a perfect square, basically almost a square, right? So I want to look at this in an artistic manner. So I'm going to add the patterns, and you'll see what I mean about the patterns going diagonal this time. Now that's a tricky part. That's you're going to use a lot of creativity to use that. The first thing you want to do is measure out your piece that you're going to need. All right. So remember, on this one says we're going to do diagonal pattern on it. You're going to need more than what you normally would. Alright, so normally you just want to, for instance, if this is what I'm, wrapping, normally you only want to put, when it comes to the long ways, you only want to do about anything that will wrap a little more than halfway up. That's it. So that's how much you want to have protruding out this way and this way as well. Because when you fold them up, when it comes back around, you're gonna fold it down. You don't want it to overlap and waste paper, and you have to cut more and stuff like that. So, but this time, since we're doing that diagonal, pattern on it, we're gonna have to be strategic about the paper, the way we use it. So on the bottom half, we're gonna do that method that I told you. We only need about, go a little bit above half. So this is roughly about 2 inches. So I'm gonna do about inch and a half above. That way it overlaps it a little bit, so when it comes back around, it overlaps it perfect, and it fills up the whole box. So you go ahead and measure that out. Once you know you got that measurement out, all right, on the top half, all right, this part over here, I want to have the patterns going sideways. So on this half, you're going to need a lot more extra. On this side, a lot more extra. Alright, so on this side, once again, same thing, just about a half an inch out to cover it that way, alright? So we're going to have inch and a half this way, but up here we're going to have a lot more extra when it comes to the paper. So go ahead and measure that out, and then cut it out. Alright, so that your paper stays still, you go ahead and tape one of the edges. Alright, small piece of tape, you bring it up. Alright, now that edge is going to stay put and it's not going to mess with you, alright? So the opposite edge that you tape, that's the side you want to start working with, alright? So you're going to bring it over. Alright, align it the way you need it to so that you can work with it best. Make sure all the play is out of that edge, so you don't have any extra on the other side. Alright, so you bring it over. Okay, and this is where you start getting a little creative. So now what we're going to do is, you only need this long piece on one side. So you can cut the underside, the one that you're not going to be messing with, folding and all that. You can cut it out if you want out of the way. I'm going to do it because it kind of gets on my way, so I'm going to cut it out. Alright, so remember, you want to not go to the edge of this line up here. Alright, the top one. You're going to go to the bottom one even a little before. Just get off that little piece off. Alright, so basically what I mean is, you don't want to cut it from right here going straight up to this edge. You're going to cut it a little before, that way you have enough to play over with. You're only going to cut this piece off to get it out of the way. So remember that, you start with the opposite side that you just got done taping, and you start it. Now you get all that plate out, and what you're going to start doing now is you're going to fold it back on the angle that you want. Alright. Once you know you got it, that's when you make the final fold down all the way down. And then what you want to do is grab a little piece of tape and make sure you tape down that side. Alright, and now you're going to fold it back over again, following that same line. And you just got done creating that same angle. Alright, and you want to maybe go about ½ an inch back up the way, so you have a little ½ an inch of that overlapping paper that you just got done folding on the bottom. So once you know you got that line down, go ahead and make the line again. If you want, you can tape that side as well down. I don't like to tape it because, remember, once again, this line right here, that's the line I'm saying that you want to tape. If you want, I don't like taping it because obviously that's the outside, and then you'll be able to see that. All right, so see, this is what it's going to look like. All right, so that's what it looks like right there. You see that? So you fold it back, all right, and you just continue that pattern, however many times you want, 3, 4, 5, all right, so this is what it looks like now. All right, so now I'm going to cut the excess paper, all right, so that's what it's going to look like right there. You got to have a lot of patience though for this, and that's why I say, that this will train the mind as well. It will teach you patience and all kinds of stuff, all right? And once again, your significant other, whoever you do this for, they're going to really, really appreciate their gift. I guarantee it, they're going to open it very softly so that they can save the paper, because it's just from that pattern alone. Trust me, I guarantee it. Okay, so now I trimmed down all the edges, as you can see. I don't know if you can see the details, but it's not perfectly cut. It doesn't really matter, right? You're going to hide that anyhow. Alright, so it's about 1.5 inches. So as you can see, if I fold it up right here, this is overlap, alright? If I fold this up, I'll go more than halfway. If I hold this down, right over the halfway, so it covers it completely. Same on this side, vice versa, okay? So now we're going to start taping it. So what you want to do first is finish taping off the opposite edge that you started with. Alright, so let's go ahead and start that. Get a few pieces of tape ready. Remember guys, you're only limited to your creativity. And trust me, whoever receives a present with this type of wrapping around it, especially if you did it yourself, they're gonna freaking love it. Alright, they're gonna appreciate it a lot more. Alright, so gotta pull it up, make sure there's no slack. All right, now you're gonna bring this down, pull it down, make sure there's no slack, and now tape it down. All right, now we're gonna start with the edges. So the first thing you wanna do is, you're gonna bring down this edge in, all right? And then you take that edge in. All right, then you wanna bring in this edge in, the opposite edge. And you tape it down. All right, now, alright, so now you see this, it's like curvy right there. All you need to do is make sure it's all the way to the edge and then make it flat. Same up here. Alright, make sure that this edge is all the way to the edge of the box. Once you know it's there, then you make the line. Alright, vice versa over here as well. Take off all the play before you make the line. Alright, we got done with those. Alright, now we're just easily gonna bring this up. Since this is the ugliest edge, most crooked edge, you're gonna bring this up. Plus it has those crazy folds. So that's the side we want to conceal a little bit. So remember, you bring it up, take off all the slack, put the tape. Next side, bring it up, take off all the slack, make sure the folds are good. Add the tape. Now you do the top one. Bring it down, make sure all the slack is off, pull it down, bring it nice and tight. And this is the side you want to be a little bit careful with. That's the side they're going to see. Now you do the opposite side. Then one in the middle if you like. That way the kids can't peek in there, or they can't peek into that little hedge, right? So here we go. All right, and then you just follow the steps for this side, all right? So once you're done, this is what it's gonna look like. All right, so see, you can see those nice little cool little patterns right there. All right, so I'll show you with the different paper next time with the other box, the other different shaped box, so you can see more, what it looks like. All right, so that's what it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the other box now. All right, the one we're gonna do more of the straight line, with the one that's less challenging. All right, if it's straight up and down, the way the box are going, either sideways this way or straight up and down, it's much easier. But if it's diagonal the way this is, it's a lot more tricky. All right, so you don't want to, it's up to you which way you want to do it. All right, so once again, the more time and effort you spend on it, the more detail you have, the more special that gift is going to be. All right, aside from whatever it's inside of it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and try the other box now.